Hey, Matan. Real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies from There's a New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, aka Never Smile While Eating a Corn Dog, with my co-host.
This is Eli, aka Fragile.
There we go. Yeah, and we're back with another episode. And even though it is a light week, we got a bunch of stuff we're going to go on because that's how it always works. So we're just going to get down to the nitty gritty. Just get all up in it,
All up in it.
And it seems like it's going to be a me heavy show this week. Sorry, Jake. But Eli is free to interject anytime he feels. So yeah. First thing, let's just start off with the first topic. Like I said, this happened nowhere. I don't know how many people even, because like I said, this is something from the 80s, so I don't even know how many people even relate to this, what we're about to talk about. But we're going to talk about Kirstie Alley. Want to say rest in peace to Kirstie Alley. So
Yes.
So people don't know who Kirstie Alley is. She was a big deal back in the 80s. Not so much after the 80s, maybe a little bit like in the early 90s, but after that,
She was actually a sex symbol in the 80s.
she was a sex symbol in the 80s. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up because in the 80s, those shoulder pads, she made shoulder pads sexy, and she may have had an influence on me being attracted to bossy women, but we'll get to that in a second, before Kirstie Alley got on there, before she got named, she was actually starting off with Star Trek. Now, Star Trek is one thing that we really don't talk about on this show too much because it's not really like our wheelhouse in fandom. Go to get this Geeks and Comics. They will talk about Star Trek till your eyes fall out, But there is one thing I did like, The Wrath of Khan. There's one Star Trek movie I do think is a classic, is Wrath of Khan, and she was in it. She played somebody. I don't know. She didn't show up again after that, so it doesn't really matter who she was.
The chick Spock bangs.
Did Spock bang or did Kirk bang?
No,
What did
Spock bang. I'm pretty sure Spock bang. What's that ritual that they do?
The Kama Sutra or the Kamatage?
Camp far away or something.
Yeah, band camp, something.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that episode, but yeah.
The Vulcan love ritual or mating ritual or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I thought she hooked up with Kirk. I gotta watch it again, I guess. I don't know. And so that'll tell you how much we know about Star Trek. That is as far knowledge as we know, But the thing was, that wasn't what made her big. What made her big was Cheers.
Yeah.
Because she was on there, and she wasn't originally on Cheers. She came later on Cheers. Because the thing was, she was a replacement for Shelley Long, who played Diane. Eli, I would guess you're not a Cheers fan.
No, I remember Cheers.
Oh, you remember Cheers? Okay.
Cheers came on in that block of Thursday night with Family Ties, Cosby Show,
Yep.
Night Court or whatever. It was
Right. All that Cheers. Yeah, but Cheers went so long that you had like Wings and all that shit like that. But yeah. So yeah, you want to go to a place everybody knows your name? That's it. But this is one of the rare instances where a main cast member leaves the show and the show ratings get better. Like that never happened. Like when Shelley Long left, everybody thought, okay, Cheers is done. We're out of here. But then, Kirstie Alley came all boss chick, stuff like that. And she was the one chick that Sam Malone couldn't get with. And she was like, oh, we like her. And the ratings just shot up. We're like, that never happens. Normally the show would tank. Let's see what we got here. Big Jake, what we got? Here's hello. He was so you yawning.
Yeah, man, I just woke up, man. I woke up just for you, Jake.
He woke up like this. No more Beyonce was singing on this, but anyway. That's what's going on with that one. So, but that's not where it stopped. Like I said, Kirstie Alley she was actually like a big deal back then. Like I said, she started Star Trek, had a hit network show. Not only that, she also had, look who's talking. There was a trilogy of these movies. But people don't know what this is. Now, people don't know what Look Who's Talking because it's like a forgotten movie that nobody ever talks about anymore.
A
So apparently,
franchise.
it was a franchise. It was a trilogy. They did that back then. It was a movie about a single mother with a kid. That's the movie. That's it. But the kicker is the kid, you could hear his voice. Like you could hear his thoughts, and his thoughts was voiced by Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
That was the movie. That was it. And like John Travolta was like
the
a step,
sequels, I believe Roseanne.
like his sister,
Yeah,
and then somebody played,
voiced the girl baby. Yeah.
and then somebody voiced the dog in the third one.
Oh shit, I forget.
I lost it after that. It was like Look Who's Talking Now or some shit like that. But that's the thing. But the first one was super funny because, like I said, it was Bruce. You had Bruce Willis in the 90s, so he was like the tough guy of the tough guys playing a baby, and it was funny. You see, and everything the baby is doing, like he's voicing it. So if like a chick with big titties show up, Bruce Willis go, "Hey, it's lunchtime," shit like that. So it's kind of funny. So, and people, say that Quentin Tarantino kind of saved John Travolta's career. You can almost say, Look Who's Talking saved his career.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was kind of like, he was doing these little comedies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He
had to stretch out. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't Vinnie Barbarino anymore, so he had to reinvent himself.
Yeah, he was sort of doing these cheesy comedies, kind of, going out of the movie star. And
well, they had a TV show. They had a TV show of Look Who's Talking.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it might not have been called Look Who's Talking, but it was the same premise where, but it wasn't anybody in the show, but it was like a baby. You can hear what the baby was thinking, hear what the dog was thinking, hear what the sister was thinking, all this shit like that. So, yeah. So, and that's the thing. So I was like gonna say rest in peace to Kirstie Alley until I started seeing news reports of who was saying rest in peace to Kirstie Alley. All of a sudden, Fox News, Trump. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? So I did a little digging. Turns out she was like a huge MAGA Trump supporter. Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that either. It was a big thing like that. And people were like, oh, how are you going to celebrate her when she heard political views like that? Like, first off, let's get one thing clear. I don't know this chick. I've never met her before. I don't know anything personal about her. Only thing I know from her is her TV shows, movies, her art. She is an artist. I know her from her art. So it's okay to separate art from the artist. That's okay. So, yeah, so she was in Scientology and all the shit like that. That's her business, But as far as the shit she did on screen, that's what I'm celebrating. So that's why I say rest in peace with her, That being said, I didn't hear R. Kelly's album this week either. Spotify snatched that shit down before I can even chance to hear it. So, yeah. So, damn, what's next? Okay, so, yeah, good journey with that.
Yeah,
what do we got?
Kirstie.
Yeah, I don't even know what's next on the list. Let's see what's next on the list. Here's what's next on the list. Okay. I'm gonna just put this down because this seems to be a big deal right now. Finally, The Rock has returned to HBO streaming. So yeah, Black Adam. For those who don't know, Black Adam is going to come to HBO Max very soon. And I mean, very soon. I mean, before this next podcast will be out, it will be on by Friday. So, for those of you who haven't seen it, which is a lot of you, there you go. You get a chance to see it. So. People are saying whether or not Black Adam flopped or whether or not it made money. Rock is saying it made money, but it didn't make that much money. People are saying the fact that it came on HBO is not a good sign. But the thing is, that's what movies are doing nowadays. They don't take 6 months to be in the theaters. They drop that shit in 90 days and that's it. Black Adam, no, it didn't. It got killed at the box office. So that's the thing with that. So yeah, so next week, check it out and that's it. So
he's a movie star, so it made a whole shit ton of money.
Now it's starting to make me wonder, is Rock really a movie star? It's making me question that because you got to think about this. Okay, Black Adam flopped. I don't care what he said, it flopped. But then you got to think about what other movie did he star in that was successful? And you can't count the Fast and the Furious movies because technically he wasn't the star. It was an ensemble cast.
I can't. Calvin and Hobbes doesn't count or whatever.
You can count Calvin Hobbes because I think that movie like made 800 million. So okay, yeah, we can go there. We can go there. Yeah. And
was it because of Jason Statham? Was it Statham?
I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him because he technically was the co-lead in that. So I'll give him that. What else we got next? We just passed, so that I just want to make sure we get that Rock stuff out there. Even though he's having friction because, like I said, since he didn't make the money that they wanted to make, there's some rumors coming down that. The head guy in charge right now, James Gunn, he isn't happy. I'll be honest with you, Eli. We are now smacking. For people who don't know, James Gunn is now the head of DC Universe. And I'm not saying in the future he will be. No, he is now. He's making moves, shaking up things, shaking the tree, draining the swamp. All those things you want to say right there, he's doing it right now. All on Twitter, telling people what he is and is going to do. Like people said, oh, will you bring back the director's cut of Suicide Squad? Will you bring back Legends of Tomorrow? He straight up said, no, I'm not doing any of that shit. We are moving forward. So yeah, don't expect that. So, and it's some other things because some crazy stuff, rumors have been popping up left and right. Just give you a picture of James Gunn right there. Crazy rumors popping up. First off, Wonder Woman 3, Patty Jenkins left. Now people are saying all kind of rumors about Wonder Woman 3 has been canceled. I don't think it's been canceled, but Patty Jenkins is gone. She's out of there. Basically, the backstory behind that, she produced the script, she brought it in, presented it to James Gunn and his other guy.
I read it wasn't James Gunn. It was like the heads of
Zaslow and all them.
I heard it was like the heads of Warner Brothers, and they were like, they gave her notes, and she's like, "Fuck this." I heard James Gunn and that other guy that they said
Saffron, whatever.
Yeah, they had nothing to do with that, but that they did support the decision.
Like, get the fuck out of here. But I heard she was super pissed. Not only was she super pissed when she left, I heard she emailed them the definition of characterization.
I did hear about that.
Yeah. So I like that. Super petty. I love it. I like what you did. So that gave me a point, even though you're gone. So yeah. Hold on. Let me see. I bet you that's Jake again. Let's see. No. First off, because Gal Gadot pretty much said no. She pretty much said she wasn't going to work with Joss Whedon ever again. Like they said, matter of fact, when she didn't come out, they locked her in the room and filmed the scene with her stunt double. So yeah, so Joss Whedon isn't coming back. They kind of hate that guy. He burned all his bridges there. What else did what they said about James Gunn? Like I said, there's one rumor that's going around. Another rumor is saying that Henry Cavill is coming back. We don't know how true that is. Ben Affleck is coming back. Jason Momoa isn't coming back as Aquaman. That's what it's saying. So these are all the crazy rumors going on right now. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that's said. I think those are the main things that's going on right now. So James Gunn officially made a statement on Twitter. He basically said, everything you're hearing right now, some of it is true. Some of it is not true. And some of it, I haven't decided whether it's true or not. That's all he said. People just ran with it. One guy did come out and said, some random blogger, stuff like that, basically said, James Gunn hates Henry Cavill. So he's going, and James Gunn actually jumped in his thread like, who told you that? No, I don't hate Henry Cavill. Well, somebody told me that. Oh, well, somebody told me you're still in your mother's basement. So, so this is a different regime we're in right now where the head of DC isn't afraid to get involved or get in the mud with trolls. Because he was out trolling. He
actually said, he said, hey, fans, what would you want to see? He actually did before when they first announced this shit. He's like, hey, what would you guys want to see? What would be, pitch us some ideas?
Right.
And,
but the stuff he's saying, he's showing like Mr. Terrific and a bunch of gorillas. That's what he's showing. So is that what the fans want? Or he's just, just saying shit just to say shit? Like, I don't know. We don't know what James Gunn is going to do. Everybody's out, freaking out, stuff like that. I think everybody at least need to give him the benefit of the doubt first. Stop going on with these, even though I know we're spreading rumors also, but I'm only spreading because he did address it. So I think we also need to calm down, wait to see what he does, then throw him under the bus. Stop saying shit like he's replacing Henry Cavill with his brother, Sean Gunn.
They're bringing up his pedo jokes from fucking 5 years ago again.
It's the SnyderBots.
They already squashed this shit. It's like, whatever,
Right.
Me, I'm like, I think every studio has been trying to mimic what Marvel has done, and they've sucked. And
right.
Tired. And tell you the truth, I'm getting a little tired of the Marvelization. Oh my god, that you coined it. You coined it. There you go. Yeah, I'm getting tired of that shit. I'm getting tired of like everything connecting to each other, and just every movie is just an advertisement for the next thing. I think DC. I was kind of digging DC doing these one standalone things and not doing a shared universe, but the thing is, right. But the thing is with DC, when they're doing this, these shared universe, anything connected, it's inconsistent. And I mean inconsistent with the box of like, you might get $1 billion. You might get Black Adam. It's no rhyme or reason or no consistency between it. With Marvel, you kind of know what you're going to get with Marvel. It's going to hit this much, boom, and that's it like that. Well, I think DC, Marvel, even Marvel is sort of it's reached its peak. Now we're on the
right.
plateau.
It's leveling out. It's leveling out. Like let's talk about Wakanda Forever. Like the Wakanda Forever this weekend did about, for overall, it's like at 770 million right now. Now next week is Avatar 2. So as far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's pretty easy to see that that's it for Wakanda Forever. It's not making any more money. You might get 800 million of it, that's it. So if you make that, it's probably going to end up being like the second highest grossing Marvel movie this year. Not even the highest grossing Marvel movie. So yeah, even Marvel is starting to level off now. But at least even with Marvel, you still got it consistent. It's leveling and it's still plateauing. Where DC is just bam, 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 bam. The Batman's up here, Black Adam's down here, DC Super Pets way down there. Just whatever. Joker 2, the musical. You don't know what that's gonna be. So and I agree with you. Like that's the thing, they had creative freedom. And I think that's the thing with Patty Jenkins. I think that's one reason why she left, because the other two movies, regardless of what you think about them, she had creative freedom. Now it does very much seem like DC is starting to put the clamps down on it. The Marvelization of DC, if you will, because they got to do it. They got to have, because like I said, they putting out a 10-year plan. They're putting out a treatment, and he's gone. I already know. Let's go. I'm still talking. They got a treatment. They got a 10-year plan, and they're just going to just keep going and crank these movies out and try to make them more consistent. Is that what fans want? Is fans just want another Marvel trilogy? I guess. Why not? But I think I knew he was gone. Let's get, he'll come back. But that's the thing. I think DC should try to mix it up. Don't try to copy Marvel. Don't be Marvel. You can be DC. Let DC be DC. It's been 10 years. They still haven't figured out their own identity. So just being Marvel is not going to be their own identity. Let's see what Jake got. Don't worry, Jake. He'll be back. DC needs to go from everything they have. It'd be good from everything they have lost. Yeah, but everything they've done hasn't been bad. Like, I know people are kind of iffy on what the Batman is. Some people love it, some people hate it. Hell, some people didn't even like the Suicide Squad, the one James Gunn made. So even DC, the good stuff they made hasn't been really consistent. People are just out there just putting stuff out there. Yeah, so that's the thing. So what is James going to do? Is he going to turn DC into Marvel? Because I think if he just turns DC into Marvel, that's not helping. They're going to be right back in the same situation where they were before. Lost Legendary and James the Harlot. Lost Legendary and James the Harlot. Oh, he'll probably still put some horror stuff in DC. Like I said, they still got Justice League Dark and all this stuff like that. So they'll probably be back, So, like I said, it's my show anyway. Eli, hopefully he'll be back. But if not, I'm just going to keep talking. I'm going to just jump to the next topic. All right. So what we got here, we got Jennifer Lawrence. So we got Jennifer Lawrence did something stupid. I'll tell you what she did in a second. I wish I had a clip of it. So we're just going to keep talking. Let me see if I get me out of here. Yeah. So the thing was, this week she did this thing called Actors on Actors, where she talked to Viola Davis, and she said something that really pissed a whole bunch of people off for this reason. What she said during talking, that she was the first female action hero. That's what she said, because apparently she did Hunger Games, and Hunger Games opened the door for other action heroes like Wonder Woman or the Woman King or, the Dora Milaje or whatever like that. And everybody like, wait, what? Like, no, you're not the first female action hero, not by a long shot. It almost makes me think, like, did she ever watch a movie? There's even a clip, even a Twitter feed of Sigourney Weaver thanking Jennifer Lawrence for paving the way for her to be an action hero, even though she made Aliens. So it's a joke, but you got people out there. But yeah, as far as her saying that she is the first action hero, no, that's just stupid. That's just dumb. And people out there defending the shit she said, what the hell are you doing? It makes me wonder about you. Let's just run down the list. Like I said, we got Kill Bill. Hold up, what we got? He'll be in a second. We got Kill Bill. We got the chick from Resident Evil. I didn't see those movies. Alice, I think her name was. Hold up. There you go. Let's get you in here. Hold up. I got you, Eli. Hold on. Where I think you in there already. There you go. Okay. You did. You might. I don't even know if you're still here or not. But if not, okay, we keep going. There you go. Okay, you're there.
All right.
Okay, you're in there because I know you're like dip, but now you're back. Okay.
The internet kicked me out. I wonder if it's because I'm in this basement.
Not sure. Okay, we move. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. We moved on to the next subject. Sorry, okay. I said what I had to say and moved on. Tomb Raider. Yes. Okay. We're on the
talking Tomb Raider.
No, we're not talking Tomb Raider. We're talking the Jennifer Lawrence thing.
Okay, I don't know what this is.
Okay, let me rewind. Let me just say what happened. Okay, so basically, with Jennifer Lawrence went on this show called Actors on Actors, and she was talking about Ola Davis. Yeah, and she said on there, which pissed a whole lot of people off, saying that she was the first action hero.
Action hero, really?
Yeah, she was the first female action hero.
Oh,
yes.
Really?
That's what she said. Yeah.
And okay.
Yeah.
Well, good thing Pam Grier wasn't in front of her.
I was just about to say like Pam Grier's entire, catalog, like, okay.
That was even before like Ripley and Aliens and shit.
Right. Or Kill Bill or Tomb Raider, like Jake said,
Yeah.
Or Resident Evil, Alice, whatever what they made, like 7 of those fuckers.
Yeah, there's like 7 of those movies.
Yeah, Underworld, some shit like that. Like I said, we can just keep going, But that's the thing. Like I said, she said something stupid. And the crazy thing is you have people online defending, oh, that's not what she said. She really meant blah, blah, blah. No, she didn't really mean anything. She said something stupid. Just move on with it. She apologized, said she was out of turn. And you know what? I forgive her for that. Because like I said, these actors are doing these press junkets and doing these interviews, stuff like that. And sometimes you say stupid shit. Eli, I looked at our numbers this year. We did 4,000 minutes this year alone of the Comic Book Bullies. I guarantee you, we have said some stupid shit on here that we were like, you know what?
I think that's all we do say.
That's all we do, but we don't apologize for it. We just like, we double down. We like, so we're like, fuck it. So that's the thing. So when Jennifer Lawrence said this, of course, like I said, we named a whole bunch of people and women that were like way before her. She didn't pave the way for anything but I think people are getting a little bit too upset for her because it's been like 1,000 YouTube videos and Facebook comments, stuff like that. And they just like really, really, really going into it. And I'm like, whoa, calm down, man. She made a mistake. It's okay. This isn't an attack on anybody. I think the internet just needs to calm down sometimes. It's just like everything's just ones and zeros. So yeah, she fucked up. Everybody just move on, we need a Twitter feed of stupid shit to say to the Comic Bullies. I mean,
there you go, Jake. There's something for you could do.
There you go. You go
listen to all our past episodes and
right.
Find out all the shitty things we've said and then post it and get us canceled.
I'll be honest with you, Eli. Some of the shit we say, like, I'm so glad nobody's listening to shit right now. Because I'm like, if this shit get out, we would be canceled. That's all right now. So yeah.
Too bad no one knows who we are, so no one knows.
Yeah, so just cancel both of them. Fuck it, Oh shit. Yeah, but that's all I got to say on this. Everybody just calm down about that. So let's move on past it. We're gonna move on to the next thing. We're gonna do the video game section. Okay. We're gonna talk about the video game awards. I gotta say that correctly. It was weird. It was weird. They did announce a bunch of games that I don't give a shit about. But here's the thing. So the first thing was announced. Best Actor Award went to that guy, the God of War guy, the guy from Seagate. So what was the name of that show? One of those, Stargate. That's what it was.
Milf Hunter?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about. Okay. So while because the thing is, during the show, they advertised that every minute the show went on, they were going to give away a free Steam Deck. That little handheld thing. Every minute it went on. But the thing is, nobody won one because, of course, bots hacked into it and stole all the shit, except for one guy, Milf Hunter. So shout out to Milf Hunter. He's the only guy that was to get a Steam Deck. So while, Chris Vidja was doing his 30-minute speech that they had, like Al Pacino was falling asleep on stage to get him out. Yeah, Al Pacino showed up there, he wouldn't leave. And meanwhile, the bottom of his flash down, thanks to Milf Hunter, so like, okay, weird shit there. And then the show even wrapped up even weirder because God of War didn't even win Game of the Year. Elden Ring won. And during the stage, some kid ran on stage and just said the weirdest shit. Like, I want to nominate my rabbi, Bill Clinton, or some shit, And while he was saying that, you could see security running on stage to get him, and he ran off while they was chasing him. So, and that's how the show ended. So, as far as what game they advertised, I have no idea. All I know is that it was a complete shit show. So, yeah. So, I'm pretty sure.
It sounds like people who don't go outside.
That's what it sounds like.
We're on TV saying stupid shit.
Right. That's basically what's happening. Yeah.
People who don't talk to other people. We're giving a microphone in front of a live audience.
Hey, that's good TV. What do you expect? You expect stupid shit to happen, so that's what happened. But I don't expect Al Pacino to be back next year after seeing this stupid shit. So yeah. So sorry.
Yeah, Taco, yeah. Another movie star.
Right. And he's like, is this what my career brought down to? Listen to this shit.
Frappuccino. What was that Dunkachino? What was that fucking commercial that he had to do? That sad ass commercial he did where he's dancing with the donuts and shit.
Oh, like, why?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds terrible. It's like, why is Tony Montana doing this? Why?
Yeah.
Oh man. So I gotta say about that. Okay, can we move on to the next part of the podcast? Oh, we're here now, Eli.
We're here. Breezy. Better do it before I get kicked off the internet again.
Okay. Let's see. The God of War won it. God of War won everything except Game of the Year.
What did win?
It's weird.
Roblox.
Elden Ring.
Oh, Elden Ring.
Nah, that game came out like whatever. Elden Ring won. I guess it's like one of those Demon Soul games. You know.
Yeah, like one of them multi-online or whatever.
Yeah, that looks boring as shit and hard as fuck. That would kill you on the tutorial. And apparently that game won. I like whatever. Okay. So it's funny that people always say the video games, like the story is the most important thing in video games, but nobody can explain the story to Elden Ring or any of those Demon Soul games. It's just go in the room and just kill a giant spider.
Everybody skips the cutscenes anyway.
Right. They're not even cutscenes. It's just like mountains and mountains of text and books that you got to click on, like a side mission to find out what the hell is going on in the game. Nobody's gonna do that shit. Like, fuck all that.
I didn't even do that shit on Resident Evil back in the 90s. Oh, you've just got the journal. Like, okay.
And you got to read all this shit, and it's important shit right there. You know, it's like, no, man, I'm not doing all that. Fuck that. Just give me somebody to kill, you know. So, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Sometimes, like Grand Theft Auto, nobody knows the storyline of Grand Theft Auto. I just want to just kill people.
I just want to shoot cops. And
just run over people and that's it. Shit, just do that.
Put in the cheat codes where I'm like the Terminator and can't die.
Unlimited ammo, all this shit like that. And you know, I'm getting my money's worth. Do I know why I'm killing people? No, I'm making up the reason in my head. The cop owes me $5. I don't know. Yeah. All right. So who's going first? You going first? I'm going first.
I got a few copies.
Flip a coin. Okay.
Am I going first?
I'll let you go.
Is it the comic book? Is this the comic book section?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the comic book bullies, but we talk about comic books and we got blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I will do Batman. I'll do Batman.
Which Batman?
The Joker. Batman Joker. Deadly Duo #2.
Cool. A good setup. Because after you do that, I'm gonna do a Batman book.
There we go. It'll be the Batman minute.
The Batman-it. That's wrong.
Minute.
That didn't sound right.
Batman.
We'll workshop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get off shit for Lawrence.
Oh shit. Where'd it go? Where's my image? Did it go?
Give it a second. It'll load. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Patience, my young Padawan.
All right. There we go. So Batman, Joker, Deadly Duo #2, Mark Silvestri, one of my favorite comic artists who used to do
of all time. X-Men.
The Witchblade. The Darkness, Cyberforce, yeah. Did my favorite version of Wolverine. This is his chance to do Batman, a Batman book. This is on DC Black Label, so it doesn't matter. But it's just cool. It's just a story where there's some weird Joker zombies, you know, going around killing people, and they've kidnapped. It's some sort of cult that has kidnapped Gordon, and Batman's looking for Gordon, and the Joker's like, yo, man, this ain't me. I'm not doing this shit. But they got my DNA, and, you know, I want to clear my name, so let's team up, and let's go find Gordon. So this is the second issue. The first issue, it left off where they were getting attacked by a big swarm of Joker zombie things. And this one just launches into like 10, 15 pages of Batman and Joker just kicking ass. So it's just a cool action scene right off the bat. We get some Batman detecting stuff where he's actually going around trying to find shit. Of course, he brings Joker. He blindfolds Joker, or whatever, into the brings Joker into the Batcave. He's got him all chained up.
Well, look, does Joker know he's Bruce Wayne in this continuity story?
No, I don't believe he does. So he's back at the Batcave, because there's a scene, I should have grabbed the screenshot, where Joker's got Batman, or Batman's got Joker inside the Batmobile, like basically strapped into the Batmobile, and they're just kind of like it's a cell, and then Nightwing, Batman, and Alfred are like looking at him, but Alfred's wearing a ski mask. so they don't know who Alfred is. So yeah. But yeah, there's some detecting going on. There's some weird, there's a bit of a lull where they're talking about DNA and stem cells and all this scientific mumbo jumbo that kind of lost me for a little bit. But it's still just a pretty cool, Joker, Batman, team up. Nightwing's in there now. And you get to see Mark Silvestri draw the Batman, and you can just see he's having fun. And this is just a fun book, So yeah, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. The art's dope because I love Mark Silvestri. Mm-hmm. It's a little long and a little expensive because it's Black Label, but I'm still digging on it.
What comes out next week, right? Batman Spawn.
Oh yeah, I'm on the fence about that.
Is Capullo doing it?
He is. And that might be the only reason. I don't know who's writing it. Is it McFarlane? Is McFarlane writing it?
I don't know. I hope not.
Because I don't want to.
Right.
I don't feel like reading McFarlane.
People just like, "Oh, those Spawn was so awesome." Yeah, if you look at the pictures, I'm not reading all this shit. Is it standalone?
Yeah, it's Black Label, so it's not in continuity. It gets to go a little bit more harder. That's a little bit more violent than the regular DC books, but yeah, I mean, it's just fun. It's just a fun standalone Batman story, which I'm all about,
And most of these Black Label books don't take long either. 5 issues, stuff like that. Self-contained story, get in, get out.
They are
a lot
pricey.
of them are like good. Yeah, a lot of them can just good trade collectibles. So.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm a fan of Mark Silvestri. I actually got him. I met him at a con a few years back, and he actually signed my CyberForce #1. And my Ripclaw #1.
Damn, you're gonna make me read CyberForce again. You keep talking about CyberForce. It's like when somebody keeps talking about food and now you hungry now.
Well, CyberForce was just X-Men. It was actually an X-Men idea that he pitched to Marvel, and then fucking McFarlane and Liefeld and all that whole Image crew said, no, don't give it to them. We're gonna do our own book. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna, because he had this idea. I want a government mutant hit squad that an X-Men spinoff where it's government funded mutant hit squad. He's like, nope. Take that idea. We're going to go do it. Take it to Image, and that's what CyberForce was. So that's why Ripclaw was Wolverine.
Ripclaw. They had some big dude because every team got to have a big dude.
Yeah,
some square cop looking dude. They always.
So all those characters were based off or. We're supposed to be.
Wait, wasn't Ripclaw Native American?
He was. Robert Bearclaw.
Yep.
Bearclaw.
Come on now. He was awesome. He
was. But Bearclaw, not to be confused with the donut. But Robert Bearclaw, yes. I have his figure.
What? You don't know CyberForce?
I had a Ripclaw figure.
Jake,
over there. Okay.
Yeah. I'm jealous of you, Jake, that you don't know CyberForce, because now you get to experience CyberForce. You got to go find those old CyberForce. They the best X-Men ripoffs you can find.
They just rebooted, he did a whole Kickstarter where he wanted to reprint like a remastered CyberForce release, like a big giant omnibus. He just did a Kickstarter where they just released all those old school CyberForce.
Eli, every time you say CyberForce, all I'm hearing is bacon, 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 bacon.
Well, if you're an X-Men fan, it's right up your alley, and
it's right up my alley. Yeah.
In the end, that's what fucking made me stop reading it, because man, this is just X-Men shit.
Right, it basically was. It's just like
It was. It started getting all the same old romantic. Yeah,
because it was X-Men. Yeah,
all the soap opera drama shit. I was like, oh man, this is fucking.
This is just like X-Men.
X-Men shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
But pretty much every Image book was X-Men. Wildcats was X-Men. Yeah. They had a Claw dude too. So yeah.
Yeah, Wildcats, and there was like the Wet Works, and
which
I did read too. I read Wet Works, but also I don't know if it was an extension of Cyberforce, but in the late '90s, Mark Silvestri did a comic called Hunter Killer, which was very in that vein, where they were like these mutants, only they were hiding from the government, and the government was after them to because they wanted their powers and shit. So it was like fugitive mutants. So I thought that was pretty cool, but it was just the same thing: special power, people with powers, mutant powers, more X-Men type shit. So
cool.
But yeah, anyway,
so weird because all that shit was like in the same universe. Savage Dragon, all this shit. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I read a lot of Savage Dragon too. Because they were mutants. Because he was like a cop, like a mutant cop.
I think he eventually was revealed as an alien. I think
something. Yeah, he was
because he had amnesia and
and then but he went after he hunted like mutant criminals.
Right, because they is so crazy. Yeah.
I had his figure too.
Savage Dragon is cool. I really like Savage Dragon. And the thing about Savage Dragon, like all his stories took place in real time. Yeah. So at the end of the book, if he get fucked up and the book was 30 days later, it'd be like, hey, Savage Dragon, you was unconscious 30 days. Here's and just go with it. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And they rebooted because there was like 2 number ones. He did a number 1 and I said, nah, fuck, I'm gonna do it over again. And then he did another number 1. So he rebooted his own comic.
Yeah, but Eric Larson art is nowhere near like it used to be. If you look at it now, it's like, what the hell is this? So it ain't like the old school Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon was awesome. Yeah. But Jake, that is our recommendation. Get your hands on Cyberforce if you can find it. It shouldn't be too hard to find.
No. Especially if he rebooted it. They just released like a new version, or not. They didn't redo it, but like reprinted the old stuff, so it should be easy to find.
And it's really like 4 issues. They like 4 issues introduced it and then just read that and you're good. So yeah.
And it's the 90s. It was the Image, so it's just action. It's just big tits and blood and big guns and
what else you want, Everybody smoke cigars.
Yeah.
They say cool shit like this. Smoking will kill you. If it is, it's the only thing that can. I'm like, okay, that's some cool shit.
Chicks
right there.
Jump. Yeah, the chicks who are kicking ass are like bent over and their legs spread while they're
all the superheroes, all the female superheroes were strippers in the part time.
Yeah.
Superheroes slash strippers. With a heart of gold.
Kicking all this ass in sex positions, basically.
Right, in high heels and thongs and shit. And they're all ninja assassins.
Yeah, they're like their nipples. Only their nipples are covered, and they're like in a gunfight and shit. Awesome. Those are the days.
Those were the days. The mission always starts. They're always in the shower.
Yeah.
Do you want to put clothes on? No, I have no time. The mission. The world might get destroyed. Why do we read? I'll just explain why we read this shit. That's why we read this shit. So
that's why we read it.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. All right. So book I'm going to do next. Eli, please tell me you read this Batman book.
No, I didn't read that Batman book.
Oh goddamn. Okay. You didn't read the Batman book. That is cool. Okay. This book I'm going to review is Batman 130. This is the finale of the Failsafe saga, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So let me put that in there to get back in there. Okay, yeah. So I want to say that before I start this book, I'm going to say
in
that
space, wasn't he? Oh, you posted some shit. I saw your post,
and that shit went. Yeah, that shit went everywhere. Yeah. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say this: the shit that happens in this book is some of the top 10 craziest shit Batman has ever done. And this is Batman we're talking about. Batman has done all kind of crazy shit. Fought Justice League, fought Darkseid, fought Superman, went through time. This is on that level in this book. So we're going to get to it. And matter of fact, I'm going to go into painstaking detail about the shit he does. I'm not going to tell you what he does. I'm just going to get to it. Let's just go. I want to do this show just to talk about this book, and it was it. All right, so here we go. All right, so like I said, we left off with the book, Batman Spawn. Yeah. So this is where we left off in the last book. He was on the Watchtower, which is in the moon. And then he got blown off the Watchtower. So he got blown off the moon. And now he's just floating in space. And since the Watchtower was destroyed, it's just surrounded by debris, and he wakes up and finds out what's going on. Meanwhile, he only has 14 minutes of oxygen left. before he dies. So Batman being Batman, he sees one of the Quinjets or whatever DC calls that shit. He pulls out his grappling gun and he shoots his grappling gun in the opposite direction because he uses the momentum of to shoot himself to the plane. Gets to the plane is trash, so he can't fly it to Earth. So he's just out in space. So what does he do? He looks for the oxygen tank that's in there. So he finds the oxygen tank and
looks out his dick and just
because he's Batman.
Like a baseball bat hits it back
and
to Earth.
pees in the Quinjet's gas tank and starts up the engine. No.
This is the bat pee. Ready the bat pee, Alfred.
I'm prepared for this. I'm immune to gasoline. So all right. So he strapped the oxygen tank to his leg. So now he went from 14 minutes to 12 hours. Now he has 12 hours of oxygen before he dies.
Wait, how did he do this? Oh, he got oxygen from
the oxygen tank was on the plane. So he's just salvaging the plane of what's on it that does work. There's oxygen tank. He got that. 12 hours. Boom. Got that. And even though the plane is trash, the jet booster still works. So he rips that out.
How is he not freezing? Does he have a heated bat suit?
Okay, yeah. The suit can survive space. Yeah.
Okay. What about what about the cowl? Because his face is
no. He's got a mask on under the mask.
Okay.
That's how he would survive in the movie.
Let's go it.
They thought about everything. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is the weirdest shit. So he gets the jet booster that he stole from the plane and just activate it and just shoots himself to Earth, which is supposed to go like 40,000 miles an hour. But he can only do it at like 3 or 4 seconds at a time. Otherwise, it pass out. So he does it, stop, does it, stop, does it, stop. And he also uses his grappling gun to aim towards Earth so it doesn't overshoot Earth. He's also to steer himself. So, and he's doing all these calculations in his head. So, like I said, it took him 11 hours to do that. He's doing it, stop, doing it, stop. It took about 9 hours from the moon to Earth to get there. He's been going about 40,000 miles an hour, nonstop. Stopping and going. When he gets to Earth orbit, he realizes, okay, I'm going too fast. I need to decelerate. So he spins the jet boost around and shoots the opposite direction to kind of slow his descent. But the thing is, doing it is like hitting gravity. So it hits him so hard, he passes out. He wakes up an hour later and he's in orbit. He's got
to survive re-entry now.
Right. He got to survive re-entry. So he is going into orbit in re-entry. And his oxygen tank blows up because oxygen tank can't survive entry.
Because it's fucking flaming. It's like
right. So it blows up inside of this. So the oxygen tank is gone. So boom, he blows up. So his suit can survive re-entry, but his oxygen mask can't. So what does Batman does? He lasers off his trunks and wraps it around his face and holds his breath while he's doing re-entry. So he's holding his breath the entire time. So. Okay. So his suit is able to survive re-entry, just his oxygen mask couldn't. So he's using his bat wings, the cape of the spine, because it's still intact. He's using that to slow down, but he's doing it just so often because if he slow down too much, he'll kill himself. He'll break every bone in his body. He goes too fast, break every bone in his body. So he's doing it just enough. And he does it just enough. And boom, he lands. And survives.
Right by the Fortress of Solitude?
Right by the Fortress of Solitude. He's calculated so perfect, he laid it right outside Superman's house. Because he'd have to walk there. So he got up, his survived, and he dusted off, and he was like, I told Clark he needed to wear trunks, just in case situations like that. And all he says is that, well, no time to rest.
That's why they wear their drawers on the outside of their pants.
Exactly. Now we know. Now we know. Batman just told you. It saved his life. Without that, he couldn't survive falling from the moon to the earth without his trunks.
Chip
Zdarsky really wrote this shit.
You're a fucking genius.
It's like it's genius, but it really is genius. So Superman wakes up because he hears Batman heartbeat. So Superman is been in the comics. His ears are hardwired to know Lois's, Mon Kent, and Batman's heart if they ever get too out of control, just in case. So if they're in trouble. So he's like, Batman's in trouble. I got to save him. And he's like, Batman's already here. Like, you're late. So Batman walks in. He's just like, Clark, I need to use your computer. I got to fix some shit. And he was like, where the hell you been? I fell from the moon. They're like, are you serious? Like, yeah, I'm serious. Clark, how you feeling? He's like, I'm not 100%. I don't care about all this shit. Get your shirt on. Failsafe's coming. I need you to distract him while I go do some shit. He's like, okay. So Failsafe's been coming for him the whole time. He knew he was here. So while he's going, and then all you hear, I was prepared for you last time, but now I am. So Superman has his kryptonite proof suit on, which is a thing. That's a thing he puts on. And he goes there and bam. So kryptonite doesn't work on him now, and smacks the shit out of Failsafe and knocks him through the mountain. So you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready for you now, Failsafe. And Failsafe's like, oh, I know you better than you know yourself, Superman. So what he does, smacks Superman in the face. It doesn't hurt him, but it cracks his faceplate. And it's just enough that Failsafe can get some tentacles in there, and it hits Superman's pressure points because he got the same pressure points as human does. And what those pressure points do, activate his heat vision. So it blasts his heat vision in the faceplate back in his face. Superman's out. He's done. So, yeah. So, but Batman knew that was going to happen. He knew that was going to take long. So now Failsafe is coming towards Batman, and Batman's coming up with a plan. He realized that I can't do anything to stop Failsafe, but all I can do is maybe plant a virus in his back, because he was able to blast a hole in the back on the moon, but he can put a virus in the back of him that if it's just enough, his system won't catch it. And it can alter his personality, make him stop trying to come after to kill me, And plus, there's another thing that Failsafe is trained to learn how to stop Batman, but he doesn't know how to stop Batman and Robin. And that's like, hell yeah, let's do this. Yep. So Failsafe is dragging Superman's unconscious body back to the Fortress of Solitude. He's like, come out, Batman, quit hiding. He's like, who's hiding? And that's when you got this awesome shot of yeah, I like this. So you got, and he's actually giving Tim props right here. I like this thing right here. He was like, and Batman's like, see, this is why I like running with Tim, because whenever we do like the Batman and Robin thing, Dick Grayson always like to do his own thing. He like to showboat. Jason always like to go off script and like to do his own thing. He don't like to follow rules. But Tim, on the other hand, he loves, being partners. He loved doing one-on-one. So they haven't fought together in a while, but they just boom, it just clicks with both of them. So now they're fighting Failsafe. Failsafe is going at both of them. Smacks shit out of Tim, knocks him out. Smacks shit out of Bruce, knocks him out, and tries to get him. And that's when he gets close enough that Bruce is able to put that virus into him. So now they activated. What the virus did is just give him emotions. It gave him compassion. Because at first he was just some killing machine with no emotion, but now he put a compassion. He realized maybe hopefully that would stop him. But instead he's going to the Fortress of Solitude, and he comes out with a gun. He was like, I got to kill Batman. So whatever he did didn't work. So Robin is trying to talk him down, like, don't do that. This isn't worth it. And Batman's just like, Tim, it's okay. I'll be all right. And then, bam, kills Batman. The end.
Damn. So Batman survived space.
Right. He survived space and killed by a killer robot. And Tim's like, you killed Batman. He's like, yeah, I killed Batman. And he was like, once he right, you bastard. See, like, well, once I kill Batman, I'm done. I'm good. So his eyes go from red to blue. He's like, Batman's eliminated. Program's over. Flies off. That's it. So Superman's knocked the fuck out. Tim's crying. And Batman is dead. Or is he? Because the next panel, we see him laid up in an alley. The end. So, yeah. Dead, alive, and some Joker story I don't care about. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Like I said, that is some of the wildest shit that Batman ever did. Surviving space. And people saying, did he survive prep time? Technically, I think he did prep time, but but he didn't prep for it ahead of time. He did it on the fly. Did calculations, all the shit like that,
Well, he just has shit. So he's the utility belt is full of just in case shit.
Right. Just in case you're falling from the moon in space and entering reorbit. Yeah. Because you never know. Who's Failsafe? Okay, I'm gonna give you a quick. Yeah, Jake, we've been doing Failsafe for this podcast last 2 months, but I'll give you a quick rundown of Failsafe. Batman he's got plans to take out everybody in the Justice League just in case something goes wrong. But what happens if Batman goes rogue? Who can take him out? So what he did, he made a killer robot that can take him out in case he goes rogue. And that's what happened to Failsafe when activated, because he thought he killed the Penguin, and he'd been chasing him for the last 2 months. So that's Failsafe. Basically, robot Batman with his superpowers prep time. That's him. So pretty cool villain. So I actually like Failsafe as a villain. I think he need to be added to the Rogues Gallery. Pretty cool. This is a crazy ending to a story. Chip Zdarsky, you are a genius, or this is the stupidest shit ever. I don't know which one. It may be both. I don't know. So, yeah, shout out to him. So, yeah, this book is both a 5 out of 5 and a 1 out of 5, both together. So yeah. So let me, before I get into, let's see what Jake got here. Let's see.
Ultron.
Yes, we said that. We said that. Yes, he's Ultron. That's basically what he is. He even had like other drones of him, like such hunting down Batman. So yeah. So all right.
My next, I guess I'll do Ghost Rider number 9.
Cool. Boom.
So this is Benjamin Percy, the Benjamin Percy Ghost Rider run, which I'm digging. So this book, this issue, so what's been going on? Ghost Rider has been possessed by this demon called Exhaust. He was finally exorcised of that demon, and now the demon's going around fucking shit up. Blackheart, it works for Blackheart. Blackheart is, trying to take over hell. Yeah, trying to take over the world, basically. There's also,
but is hell still in Las Vegas?
Yeah, there's also a bunch of magicians trying to do some shit, but that they don't show up in this book. But basically, all over the country, there's 5 points of evil, and they all mark on the map. They all look like a pentagram, and every city is 1 point. It says Savannah, Georgia is like the most haunted city. That's 1 point.
I believe it.
And then other places, but they're in Chicago, which is another point. And Johnny Blaze has teamed up with this FBI agent, this psychic FBI agent named Talia Warroad, I believe her name is. And she's psychic. She's got all these psychic abilities. She's like part of this, like kind of like an X-Files division, this division of the FBI that investigates paranormal activity. So she's teamed up with Johnny Blaze, and they're in Chicago, basically trying to find the source of this evil. It leads them to a church because she's psychic. She can sense where evil is. So she goes to a church. Underneath the church is some weird underground subway system where human souls, first of all, they go into the church and it's just littered with bodies and satanic ritual sacrifice things. And then they go underneath the church and there's a subway system full of dead souls. And Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, jumps on the subway train and turns it into he
haunts it. Yeah.
Yeah. It flames it up and he rides the train down to this like secret lair where humans are being sacrificed.
It's like kind of hell demons. Train going down the whole time.
A ghost train, basically. The Ghost Rider train. And he shows up at this underground demon lair. All the train is all on fire. He's got like a flaming chainsaw. And then basically starts killing all these demons. Meanwhile, but he also left Talia behind, and she gets attacked by Exhaust, that Exhaust demon, and then it sort of ends there. So this is all just a build up to that ending. So not a lot happens until the end. And you still don't really know what's going on yet. Like why this is happening. What's the end game? And this is like the second to the last issue. So the next issue is supposed to conclude this story arc. And we're still not clear of what's exactly why demons are doing things or who's doing what and why. But I don't give a shit because this is just so much fun. It's full of all it's a total horror, full of all this horror imagery, the church full of dead bodies and all these demons and the pulpy writing. There's like this one sequence where Ghost Rider or Johnny Blaze is narrating and he's talking about how the roads of America are haunted and this place is just it feeds these paths of this haunted country, and it's just like really cheesy pulpy writing that is just fun to read. You can just tell that Benjamin Percy's having a blast writing this shit, and he's into horror. There's one scene where when they get down to the underground subway system, there's a bum or like a homeless guy who's starts, I need money. You if you want passage, you must pay. And then he turns into a demon and starts coughing up blood and like starts attacking him. And then he gets hit by that train. And you see blood splatter all over the place. It's just crazy horror shit that I'm just loving. This book is probably gonna go on my best of the year list if we do that.
I gotta start. I gotta start thinking about that.
Yeah. So not much really happens. It's just them walking through the city, talking about how evil it is basically what this book was. But it was just still a lot of fun, especially when Ghost Rider rides the flaming train with the flaming chainsaw. I'm like, hell yeah, and starts cutting down demons. I'm like, holy shit, this is great. So yeah, this is a 4 out of 5 for me. I've been digging on this book, and even though there's not a lot happened in this issue, it was still fun to read. So yeah.
Instead of other things, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So next book I'm going to do is Avengers. What are we on? Avengers 63. Like I said, it's still part of that whatever thing, Avengers Assemble thing that's going on right now. This part 2 of that. So it actually is a direct continuation of that story. Back at the end where Dr. Doom shows up and tries to kill everybody, and yeah, that's what's going on with that. So let's go into it. Yeah. All right. So, and the book starts off with we got so the Masters of Evil, Legion of Doom, whatever you want to call them. Starbrand's a little basketball on the other side fucked up, just mush. And the Avengers like, oh yeah, we're screwed. Let's everybody fight, everybody get ready, Avengers assemble, everybody go down. Before they do anything, Dark Phoenix shows up, who looks awful lot like Raven from Teen Titans, but we're not gonna go there, and she just does her thing, wipes everybody out. They're gone. That's it. And the other Master people are like, damn, we hate when you do that, Raven. Why? Oh, well, not Raven, Phoenix. Why you always do that? Why don't you save something for us sometime? And she just tells like the evil Wolverine, dog, go in there and finish off anybody who's left. He goes in there, jumps in, chops away at one of them, but while he's chopping away at them, he gets covered by chains. And while he's getting covered by chains, he tried to chop them off, but nope, they get him again, and they start burning. The chains are on fire now, and the chains burn so hard it melts the adamantium out of his body, And then while he's doing that, he gets completely wrapped in these chains, and then all of a sudden he gets stomped on by Woolly Mammoth. So apparently the first person to survive was Ghost Rider. He just like, that was for Starbrand. Who's next? And that's when Thor and Odin like, oh, they all next. So apparently Phoenix, Echo, hid them, made them seem like they were dead, but they weren't dead. So all the Avengers still alive. And that's when you get the whole big panel, Avengers, and Odin jumps in, drain every liquid out of their blood until it fills Midgard's ground with it. They were like, send them to hell. That's what Odin's like. And then you get this big panel with all the Avengers fighting the Masters of Evil, and you got this big splash page because you got to have it. That's your money shot right there, And we just got fighting, more fighting. Yeah. Jane and Odin are teaming up. I'm gonna just skip. Some other shit happens, but where the shit happens. Yeah. Because it's just fighting. That's all it is. So yeah. The scene with Norman Osborn was pretty cool. So you got Ghost Goblin, whatever like that, and he fights Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider and Ghost Goblin just like, yeah, I sold my soul to the devil, just like you did, Ghost Rider. He like, no, you're not like me. I didn't sold my soul to the devil. I am the devil. I am the first Ghost Rider. So they do their Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha power beam struggle and shit. I am vengeance, and he gets bigger and they get this big blast. And it's so bad, both of them turn human. So Norman Osborn, they're like, what? And then he gets stabbed by Ghost Rider. and that's when Nighthawk's just like, in order for us to beat, these guys, we got to be better. And Ghost Rider like, no, we need to be worse, So that's when everybody fighting. Oh yeah. And Phoenix. Phoenix just like Dark Phoenix. She's just like, Dr. Doom, why are we struggling so hard with these guys? Should we have killed them by now? You're like, yeah, Mephisto was supposed to kill these guys, but Mephisto does whatever he wants to do. So I'm going to take care right now because we don't actually have to fight the Avengers. Their ancestors are here on this planet right now. All we got to do is kill these guys, and the Avengers would just cease to exist. So he does some kind of magic, mystical shit, and he sprays like this red poison mist all over the planet, and it just starts killing cavemen and start killing people all over the planet, And that's when Ghost Rider and Valkyrie are just like, Jane Foster's like, oh, we got to move fast enough to stop it. So they go there, stop it. And Ghost Rider actually can burn the poison with his woolly mammoth. And that's when he talks to Jane Foster, and he just like, oh, you can save this world, but is it worth saving? And she's just like, what are you talking about? Like, you seen the future. Is the future worth saving right now? She's like, yes, I know everything's screwed up, but this planet is worth saving and more. He was like, that's all I need to know. So he was like, come on, girl, one last ride. So he rides the woolly mammoth one last time, does this big blast and kills himself. But even though he kills himself, he wipes out the red poison all over the planet, stopping it from killing all the cavemen, Meanwhile, while all that is going, the Avengers still fighting. The Avengers are still getting their ass whooped right now, but they keep fighting. And that's when, way off in space, you see somebody else coming, and all you see is, she says, Phoenix. She's like, Thor, my son, your mother is coming, to be continued. So yeah, that's going on. So just big Jason Aaron, big bully shit going on right now. So, too big. Yeah. So that's going on. I think the next book's going to be Mephisto doing assault on something. So yeah, just more Mephisto shit. So easy breeze book.
All right. Cool. I will do a Powerbomb number 7.
I got you. Is that? Yep. I think that's it right there.
Even though this is the cover for number 5. Sorry about that, but whatever. You get the gist. This is the last issue. This is the final issue in this book. This is Daniel Warren Johnson, his ode to professional wrestling. This is about a girl who's a pro wrestler. Her mom was a superstar wrestler who was killed in the ring, accidentally killed in the ring by this masked wrestler named Cobra Sun. She ends up going to space and wrestling in this space tournament. And if she wins, she gets one wish granted. And she's like, well, I want my mom back. So she has to choose a tag team partner. She ends up choosing Cobra Sun, who was the guy who actually killed her mom in the ring. Well, it turns out that Cobra Sun is her dad, that he never told her. He never took off his mask in public because that's considered
right. Luchadors just don't do that.
Yeah,
so yeah,
you don't do that in the luchadors. So she never knew no one ever knew the identity of Cobra Sun. It turns out it was her dad the whole time. So, and he never told her that, he's never killed, that he was the one who actually killed her mom. So that was a lot of family drama going on in this book. And that's the thing about Daniel Warren Johnson. He has these really wacky, crazy comic book ideas, full of really brutal action and violence and gore, but they got a lot of heart, a lot of emotional depth. And that was like the main thread through this book, is their relationship with this girl and her grieving of her mom, her relationship with her dad, how they grew apart, and how he never told her that I'm the one who's responsible for your mom's death. And I've been holding it from you for the past 10 years or whatever it was. But now here they are as tag team partners in this wrestling tournament in space. And these aliens don't know that wrestling is staged. It's fake, that it's performance.
It's real to me.
No, they're really fucking each other up. Anyways, that's been the story through this whole book. This is the last issue where they're finally in the last match. They've made it to the final round of this tournament, and they have to wrestle God. Turns out God is a huge wrestling fan. So they have to wrestle God. And this is like the match where they wrestle God, and God is whooping their ass. They even do their final move. What's it called? The sword. Their team is called the Sun and Steel or something, and they do the sword, the Sun Sword. It's like a, was it like what's the Dudley Boys move? The 3D, and they grab the guy and they drop.
And they all do it at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, they did that thing where they do that to God. They do their finishing move on God, and it's just this big old boom and shit. And it have no effect. God is unfazed by their finishing move. And then God ends up doing his move, the Heaven's Gate or whatever on them. Totally fucks them up and pins both of them. So they lose. They lose the match. But their finishing move gave God a bloody nose.
It made God bleed. Okay.
Yeah. They're like, oh my God, this is never. And the wrestling announcer, because there's the commentator, the alien commentator has been like, talking shit about the match the whole time. He's like, oh my God, this never happened. God is bleeding. They made God bleed. This is the first time it's ever happened. So they end up getting beat by God. But God goes, that was like, you guys were the best opponents I've ever faced. And you made me bleed. Just for that, I'm going to give you a wish. And she goes, well, I want my mom back. It's like, you know what? That's something I can't do. But
damn, okay.
I will give you a memory. This is giving me shivers. I mean, this is like I said, I'm going to give you a memory. So she goes back and gives her a memory of when she was a little girl talking to her mom about what happens when we die. And her mom explains, I don't know. I don't know what happens when we die. I don't know where we go. I don't know if there's a heaven. I don't know. But you know what? I bet you it's a lot like wrestling. People don't care about the end, who wins or who loses the match. It's all about the story. It's all about what happens during the match. That's what life is. It's all about what we do while we're here, because we all know the ending. We all know where we're going to end, that life ends. We all know that death is coming. But what matters now, what's going on, but while you're alive is what matters. And that's the
journey
memory.
Matters more than destination.
Yes, that's the memory God gives to this girl. And she comes out of it, and they're back in space. Okay, you guys can go home now. And then it ends with them their hands are being raised. And in the audience, because they're in a huge crowd of aliens watching this wrestling match, in the audience, the last panel is the mother in the audience cheering, saying, that's my girl.
That's probably why God couldn't bring her back.
And
she was already here.
And I was like, fucking A, Daniel Warren Johnson did it again. He every book that he does, he just knocks it out of the park, I think. I love his art. I love his storytelling. And this, again, we're talking about the best of lists. This is definitely on it. Yeah, I love this book. So 2
issues on this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love this series. It's like you can tell that Daniel Warren Johnson's a wrestling fan. The action, the poses, the panels is just the way Daniel Warren Johnson draws action is great. His art is very gritty and visceral and raw. But like I said, all his stories are layered with this emotional depth. And I just love this book. So yeah, this is a 5 out of 5. I really dug. This is a great ending to this series. So yeah, what did he say? Is God
mom named Maria?
I forget her name. I forget what she had a name. I forget her. She had a wrestling name. I can't remember the wrestling name either, but
okay.
But it was a great series. I loved it. So.
Okay. All right, so last book I'm going to do is Spider-Man #1, but Miles Morales.
Oh.
So, yeah. So for some reason they relaunched this book and made another one. So like, okay, cool. I know we have a rule on this podcast. Anytime there's a black superhero and it has a black writer, I got to at least read the first book, because I got to be the change. So I'm like, okay, I'll just give it a chance, see what it's like, see what go from there, even though I've been up to my ears in Spider-Man on this podcast for a while, but I'll just see what Miles been up to. So, like I said, this is a launching point. So we'll go from there, see what they have. So, yeah, pretty much starts off the same thing. We're in Brooklyn. It starts off with this girl. Her name is Raneen. She's getting some donuts or burgers. I don't know what the hell is going on. Anyway, she's walking the street, and of course, what happens because you're in Marvel, New York, they get attacked by a scorpion. He's robbing a bank in the middle of nowhere. Crash a cop car. The cop car, because it's got shitty Roxxon AI, starts driving itself. The cop jumps out of the car. and it's about to run into Raneen. If I said her name right, I think I said her name right. And that's when Miles comes out. Well, he kicks the shit out of Scorpion first and then rescues the girl, So Miles jumps in and he's back to his regular original costume, not that piece of shit costume he had on in Devil's Reign or whatever that shit was he had. So yeah, the classic black and red. So yeah, tells him he's okay. I gotta go fight Scorpion. He goes fight Scorpion, and it's the same banter that you always get with a Miles Morales comic book. Basically, he fights an old school Spider-Man, a villain. They don't know him. They throw the banter. Where's the real Spider-Man? He gets pissed. He throws an insult back at them. He's like, well, if I'll kill you, it'll make me feel good. And it'll piss off the other Spider-Man. And that's when Miles shows a whole new power that Peter didn't have. And the other guy's like, wait, what? You can't do that. You're supposed to be Spider-Man. And he beats him. Same old shit. We've seen this a million times before at this point. How Scorpion's never fought Miles Morales before, I don't know. I just assume he did, But whatever. Beats him. And that's it. And I don't even know what happens here. Either he smashed through a car or a car smashed him. I don't know. Anyway, so he saves them for the police, but the police come and they're coming to arrest both of them because that whole Devil's Reign thing where they ban superheroes, apparently that's still a thing, but it's like it only goes on when they want it to be because superheroes run around New York all the time, but it's only a plot point when they feel like it is. So now they're trying to you can't do that because you're outlawed by the New York Act of Superheroes and shit, But but I'll let you go this one time because you rescued that girl, So they get Scorpion out of here. He's like, why are you mad at me? I saved the city. He's like, what? At what cost? Because where I look at it, you cause private damage, public damage, municipal damage. You address public transportation. You violated vigilantism, all because Scorpion wanted to rob a bank. And you caused more damage than the money he was going to rob, which was insured, by the way. So, but I'm going to let you off with a warning because you saved that girl. But consider this your first and last warning if I see you again, Spider-Man. And, he drives off. So he goes to his school, Brooklyn Village Academy. He is late. And Genki, not Ned, Genki, the OG, the original. Is
that how you say it? I always wonder how you say it.
I'm going to say it that way. It may be wrong, but I'm going to just...
Genki, Gonki, Gonke. I never...
Gonke. Gonka. But I'm going to just say Genki. That's what I'm going to call him. So basically he's telling him, Miles, you're late. You go late to professor class one more time, he's gonna bury you under the school. He was like, look, don't worry about it, just give me some clothes so I can change. And I'm gonna just say I was in the bathroom. They won't even know I was gone. And this one Genki's like, they gonna know. He's like, what do you mean? And he's got a big black eye on his face. She's like, oh shit. So you gotta go to school like that. So they're gonna know you was in some kind of fight club or some shit like that. You go there. So they're in school, and not only is Miles in trouble, Genki's in trouble too because he showed up late with Miles. So he just got in trouble by association, And that's a professor who looks an awful lot like Lawrence Fishburne in Higher Learning, So he's talking shit. He just like, well, I'm not going to ask you why you were late. I'm going to just ask you this one question. What makes you think you're better than your classmates, Miles? He's like, I don't think I'm better than my classmate. So why don't you show up the same time everybody else show up? What, did you win the lottery or something? Or do you have special privileges that give you, an advantage over everybody in the class? And Miles want to answer, but he answer, he knows he's going to out himself to Spider-Man, And he's just like, and because you're showing up late, but people would love to be you in your position right now. There are kids all over New York that would kill to be in your position right now. Walk the halls you walk, sit in the classroom you walk, and that's when Miles snap back and be condescended by you. And as everybody in class goes, ooh, and Genki's like, oh, damn, why you say that? And he throws him out of class. He's like, you're gone. And you spend it for a few days. Go tell the principal, but don't worry about telling your parents. I'll tell them myself, And he leaves out. So he's been suspended, Gets a phone call from Tiana, which I think is a girlfriend. I don't know. I haven't read Miles like that, but he just like, I'm going through it. I'm busy, which you do not do. I learned it the hard way. Don't do that. What he just did. So, yeah. So he's going to Spider-Man because he realized he's in trouble. Apparently his parents are going to call him. So he's like, if I just go slow before they get there, but that's when they get the phone call. And he's like, oh shit, let me talk to my parents. And he's like, Miles, what did you do? He was like, I'm stressed out. Spider-Man's getting too much for me. Miles Morales getting too much for me. My relationship's getting too much for me. I'm cracking the pressure. He starts crying, to his parents. I want to feel bad for him, but I almost feel like he's doing this shit for sympathy because he's going to get in trouble. So maybe I'm heartless. I don't know. And his parents just like, look, if you get in trouble, Miles, it get too much for you, just let us know. Matter of fact, tell us first, but don't get it twisted. You're grounded when you get home. He was like, yeah, I know. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go slow. I'm gonna take the long way home while swinging. And that's when the spider sense goes off. He was like, oh, thank God, you know. So he realized some bad shit's going on. He was like, yo, hopefully it'll take my mind off the stuff that's going on right now. So he goes down there, sees somebody else robbing a bank, and it's the Bumbler. Now, I want to say this is probably a Miles villain because I've never heard this guy before, you know, but he knows him. So he's just like, what are you doing here? And he got to upgrade his suit than what he did before. So he shoots at Miles. He dodges him because, you know, he's Spider-Man, shit like that, knocks the shit out of him. I do like the speed lines going on in this book. I think I got, like, I don't know who the artist is, but I'm like, okay, this is better than what we normally get in Miles books, you know. And then he hits him with his super punch, the honey punch, knocks him out. And of course, yeah, it's a goofy villain. But when he does that, it kind of pisses Miles off. He's like, yeah, okay, I'm tired of this shit. I've had a rough day. You a joke villain beating the shit out of me, that ain't gonna happen. So Miles just starts beating the shit out this guy. Just lays into him. Just starts stomping him, rips his wings off, rips his suit off, and just starts kicking the shit out of him. And you got this big splash panel right here, just kicking the shit out of him. And the Bumbler is just like, look, man, I said I'm done, and you won. I give up, you know. And Miles is looking at him like about to just like put a hole through him. Then he realized, oh shit, I can't do that. So he just webs him up and leaves, you know. But while he's going, he realized, he starts thinking to himself, like, wait a minute, something is going on with me right now. And I got to think about it. Like, first I got to center myself and realize why I became Spider-Man to begin with. Did I become Spider-Man just to beat the shit out of people, just to work out my anger issues? Or did I become Spider-Man to use my powers to help the powers? I got to remember why I'm being Spider-Man, you know, and he does that shit. So once he realized that, you know, he kind of calms down. He's about going to go home because he knows he's going to get grounded. Meanwhile, that same girl, Raneen, or whatever her name is, she goes home. She walks into her basement, and it turns out that she has surveillance footage of Miles Morales and his parents and Genki and him changing clothes, and she knows he's Miles Morales. To be continued. And she's like, I'm going to take your power away from you because you don't know how to use it correctly. To be continued. So that's the book. Yeah, I'm done. When I mean done, I'm like, I'm done with this book. I'm not picking up a second one. I was wondering who wrote this book. I never heard of this writer before. Is Zodi Ziegler or whatever his name is. All I know is that he wrote episodes of She-Hulk. So that's enough for me to go there. Oh, I think he's gone again. I don't know if he has any more books. I think he's done all the books he was going to do. Yeah, he done do a Powerbomb. He's did the other two books too. He did the Batman one. So yeah, I think he's out of here. So that's okay. Eli's out of here. Oh, are you there?
There you go.
Okay, you like frozen for like 5 seconds, but
yeah, I got kicked off again. I don't know.
Okay, at least you didn't like leave and come back. You just like froze for a second. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, any more books you got or?
Should I do this? I'll do Earth Divers #3 real quick. As long as the internet lets me, since I forgot I put it on. I forgot to put it on the list. So this is that book about the natives who go back in time to kill Columbus. So Earth Divers, it's in the future, 100 years in the future. The Earth is a shithole, dead planet. There's a group of Native Americans living in the wastelands who find a time portal inside a cave and decide, you know what, we're going to save the world because the world went to shit the moment Columbus came and colonized America, which led to that world downfall. So this guy goes back in time. He's on the ship he's on Columbus's crew. He's studied the language. He's trying to blend in, trying not to blow his cover. They're all kind of weary about him. He ends up burning down one of the ships, the Pinta. He sinks one of them.
Okay.
They got him captured. Like, what the fuck? You're some devil demon. And he's like, it's like, yeah, I know where you're going. And they're like, they think he's psychic because he knows the history. He's like, I know where you're going. I know what's happening. And so that while that's going on, back in the future, there's his friends that he's left behind. Got a little murky, I gotta say. I think a future version of himself is back there, and I'm not sure what was going on. That's my big gripe with this issue. Stephen Graham Jones, I've read multiple novels. He's a horror writer, a native horror writer. I've read a bunch of his books. Really dig his books, but I think, being a novelist and making that transition to the comics, it gets a little murky. And I think it shows here where I can tell what he's trying to do, but translated that into a comic book, I got a little confused of what was going on. But I still dig it. I still like the concept. There's a scene where Columbus is talking to the dude and he's saying, yeah, I will show you. I'm going to make the sky burn. He's basically calling himself, they think he's the devil. He's like, take me upstairs and I'll show you. I'll demonstrate how I can burn the sky.
Yeah. So since they think he's the devil, he's leaning into it. So yeah.
Yeah. So they bring him back up to the deck, and then just enough to see a shooting star go over. And why does he know this? Because he's read Columbus's logs back in, he's read the history of Columbus. He's read Columbus's journals. And it's funny that he did this because they're in the journals. He actually told the natives that he can make the sky disappear. He can make the moon disappear. He can, and he knew, because he knew when the eclipses came. He knew all that shit, and he was tricking the natives. That's like that was like an old story. So he ends up turning that on Columbus. Like he knew that there was a shooting star coming because he read a journal that Columbus said, that tonight there was a bright shining star came flying across the sky. So he's doing that shit, which is kind of funny. Other than that, I mean, this one I'll give a 3 out of 5. Like I said, it got a little murky. Wasn't sure what was going on during the future scenes because you're dealing with 2 different versions of the same character. But I'm still digging the concept. I'm still digging the idea. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
Cool. Oh, let me see what Jake got here. Standalone comments you recommend. You gonna do it now, or you gonna make a list? Yeah.
Spread. Okay. Read Spread. If you haven't read Spread, that's awesome. It's like The Thing. It's like The Thing It's basically, if you like The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, check out Spread. That's really cool. Scott Snyder's Witches with the Y, WYTCH. That's great. Off the top, I'm sure there's more of them, but off the top, check those out.
Cool. Like I said, listen this long, left like, share, subscribe. We got to figure out something to do next week. Are we going to do the graphic novel thing next week, or are we just going to just play?
Yeah, we can do that because that's Avatar, right? Yeah. I'll read that. So. Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll find something. I might do that, or I might switch it up. I don't know. I'm going to see what we're going to do. I think that'd be a good book to review. So next week, I think don't hold our feet to the fire on this one. I think we're going to do just a whole episode on a graphic novel. And we're just going to do that. And that's it. And it's going to be one that's kind of fairly popular, or if it's not fairly popular, one that you kind of need to know about. But we got it narrowed down. Hell, if you got suggestions, let us know. Post it in here and let us know if you want us to.
What do you want us to read?
Yeah, what do you want us to read? We know we already know we're not going to get things. So at the end of the day, we're going to do what we want to do anyway.
Yeah, we're not seeing Avatar, so.
Yeah, I'm not
like
seeing
Jake's
Avatar.
Already asking. He's already asking.
Right. No Avatar. No, we're not seeing Avatar. No, don't care.
Don't give a shit. Yeah. Dances with Wolves in Space Part 2.
Right. We don't need a Part 2. We didn't need a Part 1. So we like, instead of being forced to see shit we don't want to see.
We could talk about how we don't like the movie.
Let's not do that. Because there's going to be
everything wrong with Avatar.
Everything wrong with Avatar. Yeah, because there's going to be so many other videos out there that can do the same thing about how much they hate Avatar and James Cameron. Now it's owned by Disney, how much they hate Disney. So let's not do that. Let's go against the grain. So we'll figure out something. But we'll figure out something. Like I said, until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
Talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out of frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out of frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out of frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out of frame. It's a party when I pull up.
Money taller than the trees in Yosemite. The heavens. Got my 40 on me, that's my mini-me. Damn near anything I want, I can afford it. Listen. Never hustle backwards, always forward. Progression. I can multitask, always on the grind. I can walk and chew gum at the same time. I I ain't on hiatus, I ain't missing in action. I'm the center of attention, bitch, the main attraction. When I enter the turf, when I pull up,
What happened?
people gather around me like an ice cream truck.
No cap.
People always ask me what I do for a live.
What you do?
I wear many hats, I'm something like Liz. I love liquor and sex, booty and breasts. A couple stretch marks and cellulite on her flesh. She got her legs open like a field goal pile. Booty softer than the King Hawaiian roll.
Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big sub.
Big subwoofer bouncing like a trampoline. Glass shake when I roll past the scene. Candy apple paint dripping classic green. Everybody eating, you can ask the team. Fast and mean, speakers bumping, tags is clean. Keep me something to smoke on, bad bitch to poke on. Bass hit like an earthquake. You niggas hold on, I hit the block and roll on.
My bitch got ass like 218s. Her favorite Too Short song is In Those Jeans. Shake it, baby, if you like this song. Do a nasty dance every time they turn it on. It's got more bass than baseball. She down on her knees, she want a facial. I gotta give her what she want. Turn it up loud and let that shit bump. Everybody love the funk. Slumping in the trunk. You in the back seat, wishing you was in the front. She said something, asking if I heard, but bitch, I can't hear one motherfucking word. Bitch.
Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when I pull up.
Big subwoofer, big titty hooker, cocaine cooker, rooftop looker, looked out and saw TJ Hooker, jumped off the roof like Superfly Snooker. You know me, I'm up in it like a booger. Then I treat the bitch like some dice and I shook her. I heard this youngin' screaming like a woman, yelling that they coming. Nigga, we ain't running. It's a new day, still got the AK. If these bitches wanna take it back to 88, turn the music down before we lockin' horns. Keep the party going, it's a false alarm.
Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when I pull up. Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up? Blow the windows out the frame. It's a party when